Hello, NCC-TV viewers. This is Antonio Prado for Newcastle County Government, and we are here at beautiful Greenbank Park for the historical marker about to be unveiled today for the first female prison guards in the United States of America. All right, we are here with County Executive Tom Gordon, and we're here with the man that did all the research behind getting this historical marker put in place, Bill Salerno, and also Mr. Banning. Mr. Banning, what's your first name?
Harvey.
Okay. So, Mr. Salerno, this has really been a labor and love for you. You've uncovered a lot of history here, but why don't you tell us yourself the importance of today's historical marker?
Well, the importance here is representing the first 11 women that worked here in Delaware and represented Delaware, and also represented the prisons and women in the United States. You know, these women were your average housewives that left their homes to work these towers. They manned the machine guns. They were crack shots. You know, the article goes on to say that I uncovered is that since they were manning the towers, there had been no prison escape at the time. So these inmates feared these women. So this not only brings the significance of the history to Delaware, but to the nation and also to women.
And Mr. County Executive, you were impressed with the history here at one of our own Newcastle County parks, the beautiful Greenbank Park. Can you tell us a little more about that?
I was embarrassed to say I missed this significant part of the county's history, and the major part that these women played not only for this institution but for the entire country, and in my prior work of being policing, because I could see how that affected. Had they not done as good a job as they did, you would not have had women in policing in the 1960s. I mean, this is significant, and we're going to do our part in getting the message out.
I understand that you're interested in fixing up the tower here. That was one of the prison towers.
I think the tower should display prominently these 11 women, as well as be able to have tours. So we've got to begin to work on that right away.
Now, Mr. Banning, you had an important role to play. Mr. Salerno was talking about how you came up with a photo and some names. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, for one thing, with the photos, I didn't realize that there was any significance to begin with, other than I thought it was like a graduation picture. But it turns out that my mother and my Aunt Grace were part of these women that made a difference. And I had them, and then when Bill got in touch with me, excuse me, it was magic, I guess you might say. You know, everything came together because I didn't know there was an article. And he said he had the article, I had the pictures, and we sat down and put it all together. And he did most of it. I just had the pictures.
All right, and you know, you did a lot of work, Mr. Salerno, and you thanked a lot of people. You know, County Executive Tom Gordon, State Senators Peterson, Senator Blevins, Representative Williams. Can you talk a little bit about how a lot of people came together to get this historical marker in place?
Well, yes, everybody came together from the first day that I met Karen Peterson, and I sat down and had coffee with her and explained to her my project. She just ran with it. To Kate Fair with the Historical Marker Society down in Dover, how she ran with it. To the family members who I met with, and that just snowballed after one. Harvey introduced me to the Dolans, and then when I was meeting here about the signs here for the park, the gentleman from the state of Delaware had a family member who he thought worked here, and it just went after one after another. So everybody I've come in contact has added one piece of history to another, and that's just where I've ran with this idea.
Got State Senator Karen Peterson, State Senator Patricia Blevins, and State Representative Kim Williams. You know, you guys were mentioned a lot today for this historical marker, and just talk a little bit about how you recognize this as important right away and your work with it.
Well, it's a piece of history that I certainly was not aware of. I remember the workhouse, but I had no idea that there was something historical that happened here, and that is the first female prison guards in the country. And not only prison guards, but sharpshooters. And I was fascinated by that when Bill came to me and showed me his scrapbook and went through all the pictures and articles that he had. And I agreed with him right away that we should commemorate this. And then we were off and running. Next issue was how to pay for it. And I immediately thought of my friends here, Senator Blevins and Representative Williams, and they said, absolutely, count us in. We'll chip in for it. And Tom Gordon said, fine, put it on county property. And Kate Fair from the Secretary of State's office took it from there.
Now, so Senator Peterson comes to you, Senator Blevins, and talk a bit how it was a no-brainer.
Senator Peterson came to me and told me what Bill Salerno had uncovered, and I thought the history was fascinating right here in my district in Delaware. And Delaware, the first state and also the first state to have women prison guards, it was just a fascinating piece of history, and I was really pleased to be part of commemorating it this way.
And not to leave the House of Representatives out, but we got State Representative Kim Williams involved as well. And similar to these two senators, you're not too far from here. This is all part of your local district. Talk a little bit about how you got involved with this.
Well, when you get a call from Senator Peterson, Senator Peterson always does amazing things. I'm blessed to be with Senator Blevins and Senator Peterson. What I liked about it was the community involvement. I think that is just a key point, that you had so many people involved from Bill to all of us, and then look how many people were here actually really interested in the history of Delaware, which I think says a lot. So I was very proud to be a part of this and excited being a new legislator. So thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, ladies, for your involvement with this important historical marker.
As this is going to be publicized statewide, we're going to be looking for anybody has information on anybody that might have been one of these guards. So if you can, Bill, if you could give them your information, and Tony your information, we'll be collecting that, and we appreciate anybody that thinks they might have some input or some advice or where we can find this information. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, folks, here at Greenbank Park, Newcastle County, come and check out the historical marker. If you're driving down Kirkwood Highway, just past Bryce's Corner, come and see it. It's a beautiful marker. There's a lot of people here today. Keep it tuned here to NCC TV for all your news and information from Newcastle County.